Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This time I'm going to be playing a little bit of Snick. We'll be talking about my opinion on some shows. Well, first things first, I'm going to turn off that awful noise. Okay, so first, this is going to be a heavy spoilery for comic book shows and shows in general, so I'm just warning you here. And first I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Black Lightning premiere. So, when I heard about Black Lightning, I was like, hey, that looks pretty good. And then today I was like, hey, let me get some of them comics. So I got two Black Lightning comics. They were pretty interesting. And then when I started watching the show, I was like, wow, this is pretty good. But there's this little comment I was questioning because I found out later it is a show run by the CW, but it is not part of the Arrowverse, which is the shows, like the Supergirl and Le Flash and Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow. Those fun ones. But this one is apparently not part of it. But at one point they do mention other superheroes being called, heroes, but he's a vigilante because he's black. And I'm like, so what other heroes? Like, is a Batman around and is a Superman around? Because as far as we know, once again, this is gonna be spoilery for the Arrowverse. We are pretty sure Batman is around because at one point, again, spoilers for Arrow season 6, the Oliver Queen does name drop Bruce Wayne and Gotham City. So that's fun times right there for me. I don't mind one lickety bit because I love me some Gotham and some Bruce Wayne. But still, wouldn't people be thinking of Batman as just a vigilante? 'Cause, I mean, he's just a little rich boy who dresses up in a big old fun times suit, beats up the criminals all day, all night. But, you gotta do what you gotta do if you're the Batman. Okay. Okay, and we're back. Now, as I was saying earlier, I just feel like Black Lightning was pretty good. And I think I would like it to be in the Arrowverse, but it also wouldn't work as well. Like how it's kind of fun how in Arrow, like you presume that, the Green Arrow is probably the first kind of vigilante or anything big like that had ever happened, except for when spoiler for season 4 of Arrow when John Constantine, already been doing magic for a while, but I guess we can presume that Batman's been doing stuff for a while. Maybe Superman, because so I'm just going warning out. I'm not restraining on spoilers. Sorry for Arrowverse stuff. But in Crisis on Earth 10, Reverse Flash mentioned how he'd fought Superman. Now he could have been talking about Earth 38 Superman, but I think he's talking about Earth 1 Superman. So that means that Superman is already on that Earth, or it will appear at some point. So that means that they might have to set that up later. If they set that up, I assume that would be on Flash. Because if they're going to do that, I assume they'll probably set Superman on the Flash and Batman on Arrow, because I just think with how they operate, that makes the most sense. Because like they're both Batman and the Green Arrow are both super intense vigilantes. Flash and Superman are all, hey, fun times. But thing is, I think it'd be cool if Batman ever did show up, because like at the beginning they were like, hey, we'll never have Batman or Superman on the Arrowverse shows, but Superman appeared on Supergirl, so who's to really say? So I think it'd be cool if Batman and Green Arrow duked it out, because I'm not sure if Green Arrow is killing right now where Arrow is, because I'm a little behind, but like if they're, ways of going about things kind of, they had to fight because of it, I think that'd be pretty cool. and I would pay good money to see that fight. But I think the clear winner would probably be Batman, but because it's Arrow, they could give him the upper hand. Like the show is Arrow, and also he does have arrows that he could shoot him with, so maybe it could be more of a intense fight than I previously thought. Still, I think that Batman is much smarter because on the show, Oliver may be more serious, but he still didn't really finish his college education. I'm pretty sure he was stranded on an island. Batman is a genius. He graduated college, I think, when he was like 14 years old, which is kind of whoa wild. And I'm like, calm down, man. Yeah, your parents got killed in an alley in front of you. It's all traumatizing, but like, my parents are fine. And I don't have anything else to back that up, but things are gonna be fine, dude. My parents are fine. Your parents will probably be fine too. Up in heaven, I guess. I don't really know where I was going with that, but man, just Batman needs to chill out and stop breaking people's like freaking arms. But even though he still is my favorite superhero, but I am starting to warm up on the Black Lightning. And I love the other superheroes, but Batman will always be my favorite because he's just so great. And I feel like it's fun how he doesn't have superpowers. And I hear there's something, I forget how long ago it was, that was like, hey, Batman was exposed to some rock and it gave him superpowers. Or he's like technically a meta. That's the worst. I hope that was retconned. Because now it's Scott Snyder, who makes other Batman comics, like, hey, that's not canon to my Batman stuff. But I hope that's retconned in the other Batman stuff, because Batman with powers, where's the fun in that? It's like, hey, this guy that can't die is beating up criminals. Wow, that's amazing. Like, it's just, that's basically just what, Deadpool is, except he kills anybody and everybody. Or here, it's more, it's like Superman, like, he can't really die that, or it's not easy to kill him. It's not easy to kill Batman, but if you aim at his mouth, which isn't covered for some reason, hey, boom, you got a clean shot on him, you can take him down, just shoot him right in the mouth, which is what nobody ever does in any of the movies or games. Because reasons. I don't know why, and I want an explanation. Because I know that, like, in the Arkham games, he still has his mouth uncovered, but, like, in the Batman Beyond skin, he has, like, a little mouth cover thing. Which makes sense, because it's like, hey, they're going to shoot your mouth. You probably want to have that covered up. And I just think it's kind of dumb that he doesn't have it covered up. And also, you can tell, hey, he's clearly a white guy. So there's no mystery about that. Because, like, in the early days of Arrow, what the Arrow would do is that, like, the way he stood, like, in the shadows, or, like, when he's fighting, like, if he's standing in the shadows, you can't really tell what race or ethnicity he is or whatever. And, like, if you're fighting him, you can't really see it too well because, you're in a flurry with him. But, like, now, then he got the sleeves on his costume, which I think is such a bad idea. And then he, like, stands in open lights in front of people, which is also such a bad idea, too. I'm like, oh, what are you doing, Oliver? And then Batman, he shows that he is white by having, the skin around his face exposed, which is a bad idea. And where people are like, hey, there's only one rich white billionaire here in Gotham, who'd be able to afford all the stuff that Batman does. It's probably Bruce Wayne. So if there's maybe billionaires of different ethnicities in Gotham, kind of just, messed himself up there. That's Batman's fault. And that's my one critique with Batman. He just needs to get a little better at that. So I'm like, dude, everybody can see you. But I've got to go. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you'd like more of this kind of thing. And now that's me signing off. Goodbye.